Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Block by Block series. If you're unfamiliar with this series, it is a series where normally I would take one of these sugar boxes, place it on this pedestal, and give you a series of facts. I say normally because today is the end of the items category. For those of you that have not noticed or I've never mentioned, I normally do this series by doing construction, equipment, items, and then we'll be moving on to nature in the next episode. But as of today, we have finished up until the end of this category, which is ending here. Ignore this mod, that was just to help me build the dome. But yeah, so today we are finished with the items category, and for those of you that have seen the last two episodes like this, then you will know exactly what that means. But for those of you that don't, let me explain. In the items category, we have all of these, items, and I am going to give you a recap of every single one. I'm going to take one fact from every single one of the previous videos that I've done for this particular category, and I'm going to just give you those facts. That's basically it. So sit back, relax. There is about 80 different facts or so that I'm covering, so get ready. There's a lot to go through, and let's get started. Before we do start, I should mention there are two particular facts that I will not be mentioning. One, the date that these items were released, and two, the places that you can find these naturally in your world. So don't expect to see those facts. The reason I'm not doing that is, one, the dates is just, it gets boring, otherwise it feels like it's too short of a fact for something, and two, the reason I'm not doing the nature category is because it tends to be either very small or very big, just depending on the item. So yeah, those will not be coming up. I do a bunch of other facts that tend to fluctuate in size, like trading and stuff like that, or obtaining the item. But yeah, those specific two ones will not come up. Starting off with fact number 1, sticks. There is 111 sticks. To craft each recipe once, a player would need exactly 111 sticks, including one for the redstone torch in an activator rail, while using the extra tripwire hook for the crossbow. This would require 56 planks or 14 logs for these sticks, and an extra 29 planks for the wooden tools, tripwire hooks, signs, fences, fence gates, grindstones, and slabs for the barrels. This means that the player would need a total of 85 planks or 22 logs plus 6 more for the campfire and soul campfires. Fact number 2, beds. A player cannot sleep while on fire, while poisoned, or even while starving. Fact number 3, torches and the light levels they give off. A regular torch is 15, a copper torch is 14, and a soul torch is 10, being the lowest. Fact number 4, sea pickles. Using bone meal on an underwater sea pickle placed on top of a living coral block will create more sea pickles. Fact number 5, piglins are actually afraid of soul lanterns. Fact number 6, in Bedrock, if a player is on fire and runs over a candle, it will light it. Fact number 7, the original inventory screen before January 29 of 2010 was the crafting table interface. There was no armor slots or no offhand slots, and even no recipe book nor viewport of the player's skin. So how we have it now, like this, none of this existed. Fact number 8, the job blocks. In Bedrock, we used to have a stone cutter, except it was a solid block and not a half slab with a spinning blade on it. Fact number 9, using honeycomb on a sign or a hanging sign will prevent the sign from being edited. Fact number 10, in Java Edition, a suspicious block drops as an item if it falls for more than 600 game ticks or 30 seconds, which can be achieved by falling into an upward bubble column or through 2 cobwebs stacked on top of each other. However, this will not retain its loot, so if you were to then try and brush it after collecting it as an item, you would get nothing. Fact number 11, in Bedrock Edition, either kind of campfires can also be broken by pushing it with a piston or sticky piston. Pistons cannot move or break campfires in Java Edition. Fact number 12, by default, the GUI of a furnace is labeled furnace, but this name can be customized by naming it in an anvil before placing it. Fact number 13, when charged, a redstone comparator gives a signal depending on the number of charges. 3 for 1 charge, 7 for 2 charges, 11 for 3 charges, and 15 for 4 charges, and an empty anchor will give a signal of 0. Fact number 14. If placed on top of exploding TNT blocks, the explosion does not affect the surrounding area. This is because the anvil will fall into the space the TNT entity is occupying. Say that 10 times fast. TNT entity, geez. That it is occupying, and since the TNT explosion power is not high enough to destroy the anvil, no blocks will be destroyed as well. Fact number 15. The cryptic runes in the enchanting tables interface are written in the standard galactic alphabet, which is simple alphabet substitution cipher using the Commander Keen series, which is a video game. Fact number 16. There are way too many to properly say this number, but it's roughly 2 billion different ways to craft a chiseled bookshelf, as each of the 9 slots in the crafting grid can contain planks or slabs of any of the 11 wood types. The exact number is 2.357 blah blah blah. I'll put it on screen. I'm not going to try and say it. Fact number 17. Shelves did first appear in a Minecraft movie as a part of Steve's secret stash. Fact number 18. A single chest has 27 slots of storage and a double chest has 54. So within the shulker also having 27 slots, you can store up to 1,458 items, and if all of those items are stackable to 64, then that becomes 93,312 items in one chest. Fact number 19, while we're talking about shulkers, this is quite fitting, you can put dyes on them, both as the box in the inventory or also as the living creature itself. Fact number 20, if the armor stand is enchanted, or the armor that the armor stand is wearing is enchanted, I should say, then it can still take effect. So if an armor stand has boots with a Frostwalker, for example, it will glide across water and can turn the water to ice. Similar works with thorns and basically any other enchantment. Fact number 21. Copper golems were originally shown off in the 2021 mob vote, where they ended up losing to the LAs. Fact number 2. The sound from the jukebox travels roughly 64 blocks in all directions. It also supports all available music discs in the game. Fact number 23. The title 13 is a reference to the 13 cave ambient sounds that existed when the disc was added. Similar sounds can actually be heard throughout the track itself. Fact number 24. The glowstone can be found in every nether biome, although they are significantly rare in soul sand valleys. This is because the ceiling of this biome is made of soul sand or soul soil, below which glowstone cannot generate. Fact number 25. A redstone lamp is partially transparent. It blocks skylight. Mobs can suffocate in it, and it conducts redstone power. It also allows mobs to spawn on them while it is turned off. Fact number 26. Sea lanterns are one of the blocks that can be used to activate a conduit. Fact number 27. Sneaking while placing a hanging sign causes the 2 chains to meet in the middle in a triangular shape. Fact number 28. Being an entity, paintings can simultaneously exist in the same place as blocks such as water or torches. Specifically, they can share the space with any block whose collision box does not intersect its hitbox. Fact number 29. Because item frames are considered entities in Java Edition, they can be broken in adventure mode. They also will be targeted by any commands using the @e command. Fact number 30. There is a total of 214 unique decorated pots that can be crafted, as each of the 4 slots used to craft a decorated pot can consist of any one of the 20 pottery sherds in addition to the brick. Fact number 31. In Bedrock Edition, bowls are actually more fuel efficient than sticks. If 6 wood planks were crafted into 8 bowls, 8 items can be smelted. But if those exact same 6 planks were turned into 12 sticks, only 6 items can be smelted. Fact number 32. When a water bucket is transformed into a water bucket of any of the aquatic creatures, it actually pushes the bucket texture down in 1 pixel, and according to Dinnerbone, Jappa says that this is due to the weight of the fish, which I guess makes sense. Fact number 35. Wearing the corresponding mob head reduces the detection range for skeletons, but not wither skeletons, creepers, zombies, and piglins to 50% of their normal range. Fact number 34. In the China edition of Minecraft, lightning strikes are the only way to set your default pet on fire. However, this will not kill them because they are immortal. Fact number 35. In Java Edition, the beam of a beacon is visible up to 256 blocks away. In Bedrock Edition, the beam is visible up to 64 blocks away, regardless of how high the render distance is set. Fact number 36. If a villager tries to give another villager food near a bell, there is a slight chance that it might hit the bell with the food, and this will cause all the villagers in the nearby area to run away. This is only, however, applicable to Bedrock Edition. Fact number 37. When activated conduits give the conduit power effect to all players in contact with rain or water. Within a spherical range of 32 to 96 blocks, this effect restores oxygen, gives underwater night vision, and increases mining speed by 16.7%. Fact number 38. Clay can generate in lush caves in the form of blobs. Clay attempts to generate 46 times per chunk in blobs of sizes 0 to 160 at any height. It can replace stone, granite, andesite, diorite, polished granite, but only in Bedrock, polished andesite, also only in Bedrock, polished diorite, also only in Bedrock, then tough, but only in Java, and deep slate, also only in Java. Fact number 39. When a block of amethyst is placed adjacent to a sculk sensor, or calibrated sculk sensor for that matter, it interacts with the sculk's sensor vibrations detection system. That is a mouthful. If the sculk sensor detects a vibration, the block of amethyst will re-emit the vibration at its location, creating a new vibration signal. Fact number 40. The Nautilus shell, because Bedrock Edition allows Nautilus shells to sit in the offhand or be held in the offhand, since drowns do them, they are also the only item in that version of Minecraft that can be put in the offhand with no specific use. Fact number 41. Before the Heart of the Sea was added in Bedrock Edition, there was an entry found in the buried treasure chest loot table named the Nautilus Core, which was later revealed to be the Heart of the Sea. Despite the name change, the Heart of the Sea continues to be referred to as the Nautilus Core in most game files. Fact number 42. Turtle scutes used to be called turtle shell pieces. They were then later renamed after it was pointed out that scute was a more technical term. Fact number 43. Phantom membranes can be used in an anvil to repair elytras, restoring 108% of durability, or 108 durability points, which is about 25% of a pair's total durability per membrane, while preventing their enchantments from being removed. This, however, does reach a limit, and you can't do it after a certain point. Fact number 44. Tamed cats have a 70% chance of giving the player a gift when they wake up from a bed, and the gift has a 16.3% chance to be string. Fact number 45. While a feather cannot be equipped in the head slot in regular survival mode, equipping it using commands causes it to appear completely upright, unlike other items. Fact number 46. There is a 10% chance of getting flint from gravel using Fortune, however, will increase the chance by 14.3% for every level. Fortune 1 will give you exactly 14.3%, Fortune 2 will give you 25%, and Fortune 3, however, gives you exactly 100% chance, always guaranteed. No matter what tool you have it on, even if it's not a shovel, you will guarantee getting gravel. Fact number 47. Wandering traders have a 1 out of 6 chance to sell gunpowder for a single emerald. Fact number 48. Piglins may barter 2 to 4 leather when given a gold ingot. Fact number 49. 4 rabbit hides can be crafted into a single piece of leather. Fact number 50. Fire charges can ignite a creeper, but only in Java Edition. Fact number 51, Blaze Rods. As a part of an official collaboration, Blaze Rods are included in the free add-on for the role-playing game D&D. In the game, they are worth 100 gold pieces, create light, and can be broken to create an explosion. Fact number 52. Some claim it supports the ancient city dimension theory as it can only be placed on the floor unlike regular heads, and due to its size it perfectly fits in the square indentation on top of the reinforced deep slate which frames the portal in the center of the city. Fact number 53. A magma block is used as Steve's smash-up attack in the crossover fighting game Super Smash Bros. Fact number 54. While they are considered consumable items and replace 2 hunger points, it also affects you with a poison effect for 5 seconds. Fact number 55. Echo Shards, while they were originally considered common items before being made uncommon items in the 1.21.30.21 update. Fact number 56. When putting 2 or more Dragon's Breath in the brewing stand after the brewing process, a glass bottle will drop as an entity. However, if you put only 1 Dragon's Breath in the brewing stand after the brewing process, the glass bottle will be consumed and cannot be retrieved. Fact number 57. If the dry ghost is in between its hydration stages and the player breaks it, it will simply go back to its default stage. Removing water from the dried ghost during its hydration stage also reverts it back down to its default. Fact number 58. An Ender Pearl has a 10% chance to spawn an Endermite when it lands. Fact number 59. A dropped Nether star item cannot be destroyed by explosions. However, it can still be destroyed by a falling anvil in Java Edition and fire, lava, cacti, or the void in both versions. Fact number 60. While an end rod cannot be equipped on the head slot in survival mode, equipping it using commands causes it to appear on front of the player's head, similar to that of a unicorn's horn. Fact number 61. According to Jeb, the reason behind the current crafting recipe using glass as opposed to chorus fruit or any other materials introduced in the 1.9 update is as a means for players to craft end crystals in older worlds that the dragon has already been killed in. Fact number 62. If the player renames a book and quill in an anvil before signing it, it retains the name from the anvil instead of taking the name from the signing, but only in Java Edition. Fact number 63. In Java Edition, cartographer villagers may give a player or give paper to a player with the Hero of the Village effect. Fact number 64. Tools and weapons with damage above 4 can instantly destroy a boat with a chest in 1 hit. Fact number 65. When walking on a block that has a rail on top, the player hears the sound of the block they are walking on, but if they jump while they are walking, they will hear the sound of iron. Fact number 66. Minecarts have a predefined speed limit of exactly 8 blocks per second. However, the speed limit does not change the minecart's speed value but instead limits how far a minecart can travel each tick to 0.4 blocks. Therefore, a minecart moving from powered rail to normal rail will move at a constant speed for some time until decelerating because its internal speed value is over its speed limit of 8. However, the maximum speed can be changed with the minecart max speed game rule. Fact number 67. The redstone block has 1,296 possible block state combinations, the highest of all blocks as of 1.15.2, beating the fire, which had a 512, and no blocks of 800. Fact number 68. Although flint and steel cannot light fires in adventure mode, it can still ignite TNT. Fact number 69. Name tags can be caught from fishing as a part of the treasure category with a 1 out of 6 chance after the 5% chance of being a treasure catch. The chance of catching treasure items will increase with the Luck of the Sea enchantment. Fact number 70. Lava can create fire in air blocks next to banners as if the banner were flammable, but the banners do not burn and cannot be burned by other methods. Fact number 71. The Mojang logo is called Thing in-game, which could be considered an alternate translation for Mojang. If Google Translate is used, it translates it to thingies or contraptions. In the Swedish translation of the game, the pattern is in fact called Mojang. Fact number 72. When a decorated pot is broken with a pickaxe, axe, shovel, hoe, or even sword that is not enchanted with silk touch, it will drop all of the pottery shards and bricks used to craft it. Fact number 73. In Bedrock Edition, Spire, Tide, and Dune armor trims. I just call it Doom. That would actually be an interesting name for a trim. But anyways, these armor trims cannot be duplicated or can be duplicated with more blocks in Java or in Bedrock than in Java Edition. In addition to the normal blocks, Tide armor trims can be duplicated using prismarine bricks or dark prismarine. Dune armor trims can be duplicated with smooth sandstone, cut sandstone, or chiseled sandstone. And Spire armor trims can be duplicated with purple pillars, which none of these can be used in Java. Fact number 74. In Java Edition, if a firework shot from a crossbow hits an entity, the rocket will instantly explode, no matter the flight duration. Attempting to do this in Bedrock, however, results in the firework passing through the entity, so the player must plan more accurately as to where to aim. Fact number 74. There is 29.6 quintillion unique fire stars that can be crafted. Fact number 76. Chains do not stick together when moved by pistons regardless of their orientation. Fact number 77. Target blocks will emit a redstone signal when hit by most projectiles. This includes arrows, tridents, eggs, snowballs, splash potions, fire charges fired by a dispenser specifically, firework, rockets, lingering potions, bottles of enchanting, ender pearls, shock bullets, and even llama spit. The closer the projectile is to the center of the block, the stronger the block redstone signal will be. Fact number 78. When first added, the skull on the keys was a lot darker. This was later changed in 24W05A to the texture that we now have today, which resembles more of a tough texture. Fact number 79. Copper variant blocks and items cannot be reduced into the copper element blocks via the material reducer. This is most likely because copper was added long after these items were added to the game. Fact number 80. In the chemistry resource pack folder, there is numerous compound textures which are not used in game. Note, a compound item with a dot value of 38 will have the blue floss texture and will be called item compound dot name. If you use the NBT editor to get a compound item with no assigned data value by deleting the data tag and then transferring the item to another world or realm using structure blocks, by exporting them and then re-importing them onto the world or realm, then it will be renamed to Ivory Tusk. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have for today, and I am finally done. That actually didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. I hope you have enjoyed. Seriously do, because I actually did. Going through some of the older facts from earlier on in this category was really interesting to check through. So yeah, I do hope you have enjoyed. And if you have, please do consider subscribing and leaving a like, as it does help me out a ton. And if you're excited for the new nature category, please do leave a like, seriously. That will be next episode. So stick around for that, or stay tuned for that, whatever. I will see you all for that episode tomorrow. Goodbye.